to 10 student enrollment. 1. Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, god of the universe. 2. Who is the colored man? The colored man is the Caucasian white man of Yakub's grafted devil of the planet Earth. 3. What is the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? The population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America is 17 million. With the 2 million Indians make it 19 million. All over the planet Earth is 4,400,000,000. 4. What is the population of the colored people in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? The population of the colored people in the wilderness of North America is 103 million. All over the planet Earth is 400 million. 5. What is the total area in square miles of the planet Earth? The total area in square mileage of the Earth is 196,940,000 square miles. The land is 57,255,000 square miles. The water is 139,685,000 square miles. 6. What are the exact square miles of the useful land that is used every day by the total population of the planet Earth? The useful land that is used every day by the total population of the planet Earth is 29 million square miles. 7. How much of the useful land is used by the original man? The original man uses 23 million square miles. 8. How much of the useful land is used by the colored man? The colored man uses 6 million square miles. 9. What is the birth record of the said Nation of Islam? The said Nation of Islam has no birth record, it has no beginning nor ending, it is older than the sun, moon, and star. 10. What is the birth record of said nations other than Islam? Buddhism is 35,000 years old. Christianity is 551 years old. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Supreme Mathematics.
1. Knowledge, foundation of all things in existence. To know the ledge, so you won't fall over the edge, symbolic to the black man, the sun, who is God.
2. Wisdom, the manifestation of knowledge, one's ways and actions. To wise the dome, symbolic to the black woman whom we refer to as moons or earths.
3. Understanding the best part of life. To see clearly with the third eye. Our 2 physical eyes are but doorways to our third eye, symbolic to the black male child, the star who is Allah. 4. Culture freedom. Culture is one's true way of life, Islam, I, self-lord and master. Freedom is to free the dome, the mind, from the devil's trick knowledge. 5. Power refinement. Power is the truth. Truth is the light that brings the 85 ears out of the triple stages of darkness. To refine is to make pure. That which has been refined must be divine. 6. Equality, to be equal in all things, such as knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. 1 + 2 + 3 = 6, symbolic to the devil and the woman, whose limitation is 6. 7. God, original Asiatic black man, with knowledge of self, who possesses the power to build and destroy. Maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, god of the universe. 8. Build, destroy, to add on, elevate on the foundation of everything in existence, knowledge. In order to build, we must first destroy all negativity. 9. Born to be or exist. Born twice, physically through the womb, mentally through Allah's mathematics. 0. Cipher, 360 degrees, consisting of 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding. Zigzag zig, from knowledge to understanding, back to knowledge. Thanks for watching. Peace. Supreme Alphabet. 1. Allah is the all-in-all, the almighty, true and living God, the supreme being, or black man from Asia. Allah is the black man who has knowledge of himself, for to know self is to know all things in existence, for all things has its origin within the black man, Allah. 2. BB, or born B, means to exist in the physical form. Born means to be complete. Just as it takes 9 months to bring a child, understanding, or star into this world, it takes 9 stages to manifest or make anything complete within itself. Born also means to speak wisely, for wiseness is based on facts. 3. C2C is to understand. At one time, we couldn't truly see the trick that was planted in our path because we had a mattress thrown over our eyes. But we've been born thrice and know that we are Allah, the supreme eye that can see all. To see is to understand with the third eye, which is the mind. Our 2 physical eyes are but doorways to the third eye, which is the all-seeing eye. 4. D-Divine is a characteristic, or rather the nature of the black man who is Allah, meaning godly. One must refine in order to be divine. 5. E-Equality means to be equal in everything, which is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, meaning 1 + 2 + 3 equals equality. Equality is the power of the black man's knowledge, which in itself is the knowledge of refinement. It's also the black woman who has been elevated to her fullest capability, which is 6, or equality, due to the fact that she has only 6 ounces of original brain, making 6 her limitation. 6. F, Father is one who is qualified to give life both mentally as well as physically. Father means to fat her with true knowledge of herself so that she can show her equality by rearing the children properly. 7. G, God is the sole controller of the universe, the supreme being or black man of Asia that understands his culture, Islam. 8. H, he and her have the powers to build or destroy, depending on his or her level of awareness, meaning supreme intelligence. He is the black man, known as God, the supreme being. Her is the black woman, who is the black queen, who is secondary. 9. I, Islam, El Self, Lord and Master. I sincerely love Allah's mathematics. Islam is the black man's, black woman's, and black child's true culture, meaning way of life. 10. J, just I see equality, also justice meaning to freeze at 32 degrees. One's reward or penalty depending upon his, her ways and actions after being given the knowledge on a particular cipher, person, place, or thing. All those who can't deal with the mathematics will be just ice at 32 degrees below zero because they fail to understand the wisdom of God, which deals just and true with all the human families on the planet Earth. 7. King Kingdom is he who shows and proves that everything is peace in his kingdom by building with self and others. God is the king and the earth is his kingdom. King is the black man who is indeed ruler of his family. Kingdom is the home of the black king and queen. 12. L, love, hell, or right. Love is understanding, and a misunderstanding is what brought forth hell. But this is all going back to the degree of supreme understanding, because this is the only truth that is right and exact at all times. Right is exact, because if you love Islam, you will go through hell, trials and tribulations, and in the end, you will come out right. Love is perfection, knowledge before wisdom. Hell is imperfection, wisdom before knowledge. You can either love Allah or leave him the hell alone, and it will be all right, for Allah is all understanding. 13. M-Master is one who knows and understands all things in his circumference, atmosphere. The Master's culture is Islam, for Allah is the Master of the known and unknown. Master means to be complete with 120 lessons of pure understanding. 14. Now, nation or end. Now is the time to knowledge the culture and bring forth righteousness and put an end to all devilishment in existence. Now is the time for the black man to end his weak ways, so that the black nation can rise and knowledge all of its creation and put them all in order again. Or surely it will be our end now. 15. Zero cipher is a person, place, or thing which is complete within itself, for a cipher is a complete circle consisting of 360 degrees. The black woman is also a cipher because cipher means see I power her, and surely God powers her by mastering her with his mind. Her power you must see in order to master her equality. 16. P power is the truth, and truth is the light that sets your mental power free to see that the black man is indeed God. 17. Q Queen is a refined black woman who knowledges God in order to build alongside of God. A queen is the counterpart of the king, so she must always knowledge the king to uphold her place by God. The most purified particle of Allah, better known as the true, rich, black soil. The mother of civilization who has the scales of justice within her, but is still blind to her powers, which is being queen of the universe and earth below, but has the power to control both from the energy that Allah gave her. 18. Our rule or ruler rule is to control righteously. God is the only ruler there is by knowledging his building powers and making it born to all the planets of the universe so that they can go according to it and bear witness to who the true ruler is, the black man, Allah. 19. S-self or savior. The black man's knowledge is what makes him the savior of himself by borning himself or completing himself. The only one that can save you is yourself. 20. T-truth or square truth is the light that leads one from the darkness of ignorance. A square has 4 equal sides. Each corner has 90 degrees. 90x4 equals 360. 360 degrees is a cipher, that which is complete, both mentally as well as physically, showing and proving that the truth is the way to square off all unrighteousness. 21. You universe or you. When you wisdom, speak, your knowledge, intelligence, you bring forth understanding, which is the completion of your universe. The universe is everything, sun black man, moon black woman, star black child. They are celestial, heavenly bodies. When you-I verse, we bring about a more glorious and higher elevation of understanding. 22. The victory is to show one's culture, Islam, by teaching civilization, because this is the way to be victorious over the devil, white man, in his attempt to keep our people illiterate, blind, deaf, and dumb. 23. UW wisdom is to speak wisely. To wisdom is to make our knowledge known. Wisdom is water, true substance of earthly life. Wisdom is also the black woman or beautiful mother of earth. 24. Ex unknown. One cannot speak wisdom about his/her culture. They are unknown to their true self, and therefore they cannot deal with equality with others. God's duty is to make the unknown known to the blind, deaf, and dumb. 25. Why is asked by the 85% because they don't know. Why is asked by a wise man because he wants to know. God is the only one qualified to answer it. 26. Z zigzag zig means that the black man, black woman, and black child must build together to destroy all unrighteousness. Zigzag zig is also knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Thanks for watching. Peace to the gods. One to 14 Lost Found Muslim Lesson number 1. 1. Why isn't the devil settled on the best part of the planet Earth? Because the earth belongs to the original man, and knowing that the devil is weak and wicked, and there wouldn't be any peace among them, so he put them on the worst part and kept the best part preserved for himself ever since he made it. The best part is in Arabia, the holy city of Mecca. The colored man or Caucasian man is the devil. Arabia is in the far east and is bordered by the Indian Ocean in the south. 2. Why did Musa have a time civilizing the devil in the year 2000 BC? Because he was a savage. Savage means a person who has lost the knowledge of himself and is living a beast life. Musa was a half-original man and a prophet in the year 2000 BC. BC means before Christ. In the Asiatic world, it was the year 11000. Civilized means to teach the knowledge and wisdom of the human family of the planet Earth. 3. Why did we let a half-original man like Columbus discover the poor part of the Earth? Because the original black man is God and owner of the planet Earth, and knowing every square inch of it, he has chosen for himself the best part. He didn't care about the poor part. Columbus was a half-original man who was born in Italy, which is in Southeast Europe. His full name was Christopher Columbus, and the place he discovered was North America. He found the Indians here who were exiled 16,000 years ago from India. They also original people. 4. Why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization over the hot Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia, as they now call it Europe? What is the meaning yew and rope? How long ago? What did the devil bring with him? What kind of life did he live? Then how long before Musa came to teach them of the forgotten trick knowledge? Because they started making trouble among the righteous people, accusing the righteous people of telling lies, causing them to fight and kill one another. Yaqub was an original man, the father of the devil. He taught them to do this devilishment. The root of civilization is in Arabia at the holy city of Mecca, which means this is where the knowledge and wisdom of the original man started when the planet was first founded. We ran the devil over the hot Arabian desert. We took from them everything except their own language and made them walk every step of the way. It was 2,200 miles. They went savage and lived in the caves of Europe. Yew means hillside. Rope means to bind in. It was 6,019 years ago. Musa came 2,000 years later and taught them how to live a respectful life, how to build a home for themselves, and some of the forgotten trick knowledge that Yaqub taught them, which was devilishment, telling lies, stealing, and how to master the original man. Musa was a half-original man, a prophet, who was predicted by the 23 scientists in the year 115,019 years ago to the date of this writing. 5. Why did we take Jerusalem from the devil? How long ago? Because one our righteous brothers, who was a prophet by the name of Jesus, was buried there, and they used his name to shield their dirty religion, which is called Christianity, also to deceive the people so they would believe in him. Jesus' teachings were not Christianity. They were freedom, justice, and equality. Jerusalem is in Palestine in Asia Minor. Jerusalem is the name given by the Jews, which means founded in peace. It was first built by the original man and was called Jebus, Salem, and Ariel. We took the city from the devil about 750 years ago. 6. Why does the devil teach and keep our people so illiterate? So that he could use them as a tool and also a slave. He keeps them blind to themselves so that he can master them. Illiterate means ignorant. 7. Why does the devil call our people Africans? To make our people of North America believe that the people of that continent are the only people that they have and are all savages. He brought a trading post into the jungle of that continent. The original people live on that continent. They are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle way of life. The original people call the continent Asia, but the devil calls it Africa to try to divide us. He wants to make us think that we are all different. 8. Why does the devil keep our people apart from his own social equality? Because he doesn't want us to know how filthy he is in all of his affairs. He is afraid because when we learn about him, we will run him from among us. Social means to advocate a society of men or a group of men for one common cause. Equality means to be equal in everything. 9. Why does Muhammad make the devil study from 35, 50 years before he can call himself a Muslim son and wear the greatest only flag of the universe? And why must he add a sword to the upper part of the holy and universal flag of Islam so he can clean himself up? A Muslim does not love the devil regardless of how long he studies. After he has devoted 35, 50 years to try to learn to do like the original man, he could come among us to do some trading, and we would not kill him as quick as we would the other devils, that is who have not gone under the study. After he goes through with this labor from 35, 50 years, we permit him to call himself a Muslim son and wear our holy flag, which is the sun, moon, and stars. He must add a sword to the upper part of the flag. The sword is an emblem of justice, and it was used by the original man in Muhammad's time. Thus it was placed on the upper part of the flag so that the devil can always see it, so that he will keep in mind that any time he reveals the secret, we gave him a chance so that he could clean himself up and come among us. His head would be taken off by the sword. The holy flag of Islam is the greatest and only flag known in the universe. The universe is everything sun, moon, and stars. They are the planets. Planets are something have been grown or made from the beginning. Holy is something that has not been mixed, diluted, or tampered with in any form. 10. Why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil? What is the duty of each Muslim in regard to 4 devils? What reward does a Muslim receive by presenting the 4 devils at one time? Because the devil is 100% weak and wicked and will not keep and obey the laws of Islam. His ways and actions are like those of a snake of the grafted type. So Muhammad learned that he could not reform the devil so they to be murdered, because they know he is a snake, and also if he was allowed to live, he would sting someone else. Each Muslim was required to bring 4 devils, and by having and presenting 4 at one time, his reward was a button to wear on the lapel of his coat, also free transportation to the holy city of Mecca to see their brother Muhammad. 11. Have you not heard your word shall be bond, regardless of whom or what? Yes, my word is bond, and bond is life, and will give my life before my word shall fail. 12. What is the meaning of FOI? Fruit of Islam. This the name given to the military training of men that belong to Islam in North America. 13. What is the meaning of captain and lieutenant? Captain and lieutenant. The duty of a captain is to give the order to lieutenant. The lieutenant's duty is to teach and also train the private soldier. 14. What is the meaning of MGT and GCC? Muslim Girl Training and General Civilization Class. This is the name given to the women and girls of Islam in North America, teaching them how to keep a home, how to raise their children, how to keep their husbands so cook in general, how to act home and abroad. These training units were named by our prophet, W.D. Farr. Thanks for watching. Peace. One to 36 English Lesson C1. 1. My name is W.F. Muhammad. 2. I came to North America by myself. 3. My uncle was brought over here by the trader 379 years ago. 4. My uncle cannot talk his own language. 5. He does not know that he is my uncle. 6. He likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. 7. Why does he like the devil? 8. Because the devil put fear in him when he was a little boy. 9. Why does he fear now since he is a big man? 10. Because the devil taught him to eat the wrong food. 11. Does that have anything to do with the above question? No. 10. 12. Yes, sir. That makes him other than his own self. 13. What is his own self? 14. His own self is a righteous Muslim. 15. Are there any Muslims other than righteous? 16. I beg your pardon? I have never heard of one. 17. How many Muslim sons are there in North America? 18. Approximately 3 million. 19. How many original Muslims are there in North America? 20. A little over 17 million. 21. Did I hear you say that some of the 17 million do not know that they are Muslims? 22. Yes, sir. 23. I hardly believe that unless they are blind, deaf and dumb. 24. Well, they were made blind, deaf and dumb by the devil when they were babies. 25. Can the devil fool a Muslim? 26. Not nowadays. 27. Do you mean to say that the devil fooled them 379 years ago? 28. Yes, the TRADER made an interpretation that they received GOLD for their labor more than they were earning in their own country. 29. Then did they receive gold? 30. No. The trader disappeared and there was no one that could speak their language. 31. Then what happened? 32. Well, they wanted to go to their own country, but they could not swim 9,000 miles. 33. Why didn't their own people come and get them? 34. Because their own people did not know that they were here. 35. When did their own people find out that they were here? 36. Approximately 60 years ago. Thanks for watching. Peace. One to 40 Lost Found Muslim Lesson Number 2. 1. Who made the Holy Quran or Bible? How long ago? And will you tell us why does Islam renew its history every 25,000 years? The Holy Quran or Bible is made by the original man who is Allah, the Supreme Being, Blackman from Asia. The Quran will expire in the year 25,000, 9,080 years from the date of this writing. The Nation of Islam is all-wise and does everything right and exact. The planet Earth, which is the home of Islam, is approximately 25,000 miles in circumference, so the wise man of the East, the black man, makes history or Quran to equal his home circumference a year to every mile. Thus, every time his history lasts for 25,000 years, he renews it for another 25,000 years. 2. What is the circumference of the planet Earth? 24,896 miles, approximately 25,000 miles. 3. What is the diameter of the planet Earth? 7,926 miles. 4. What is the total square mileage of the planet Earth? 196,940,000 square miles. 5. What is the total square mileage of land and the total square mileage of water? 57,255,000 square miles of land, and 139,685,000 square miles of water. 6. What is the total weight of the planet Earth? 6 sextrillion tons, a unit followed by 21 ciphers. 7. How fast does the planet travel? 1,037 1/3 odd miles per hour. 8. What makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? The Earth is covered under water, approximately 3/4 of its surface. The Sun and Moon have attracting power on our planet while it is traveling at that terrific speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour on its way around the Sun. The Sun draws this water up into the Earth's rotation, which is called gravitation, in a fine mist the naked eye can hardly detect. This mist ascends higher and increases with other mists of water in different currents of the atmosphere until it becomes heavier than gravitation. Then it distills back to the Earth in the form of drops of water or drops of ice, which depends on how heavy the mist was or the current of air it was in. There are some layers of currents real cold and warm, and some very swift and changeable. When this mist strikes a cold current, it becomes solid ice in small, round drops in a form or in a light, fluffy form, which is called snow. This water is never drawn above 6 miles of the Earth's surface by the Sun and Moon. The reason it rains back on our own planet is because the water cannot get out of the Earth's atmosphere. With its high speed of rotation around the Sun, it makes it impossible. Earthquakes are caused by the Son of Man experimenting with high explosives. In fact, all that above is caused by the Son of Man. 9. Why does the devil teach the 85% that a mystery God brings all this? To conceal the true and living God, who is the Son of Man, and make slaves out of the 85% by keeping him worshipping something he cannot see, invisible. And he also makes himself rich from their labor. The 85% know that it rains, hails, and snows and hear thunder above their heads, but do not try to learn who is causing all this to happen by letting the 5% teach them. They believe in the 10% on face value. 10. Who is that mystery God? There is no mystery God. The Son of Man has searched for that mystery God for trillions of years and was unable to find that so-called mystery God. So they have agreed that the only God is the Son of Man, and they lost no time searching for that does not exist. 11. Tell us, would you set up home and wait for a mystery God to bring you food? Emphatically, no. Me and my people who have been lost from home 379 years have tried this so-called mystery God for bread, clothing, and a home, and have received nothing but hard times, hunger, nakedness, the outdoors, and also beaten and killed by the ones who advocated this kind of God. And no relief came to us until the Son of Man came to our aid by the name of our prophet Baidu D. Fard. 12. Tell us, why does the devil teach that? Because he desires to make slaves out of all he can, so that he can rob them and live in luxury. 13. What brings rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? They continue daily to teach the 85% that all they see and hear, such as rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, comes from that mystery God who no one will be able to see until he dies. This is believed by the 85%. The 10% knows that when man dies, he will never come back to tell the living whether he lied or not, because the dead is never known to return from the grave. In all the history of Islam, never revealed anyone coming back from a physical death, but there is a chance for mental death because the lost and found was once dead mentally, but many of them recovered from it. They were not physically dead, only mentally dead. 14. Who is the 85%? The uncivilized people poison animal-eaters' slaves from mental death and power people who do not know who the true and living God is nor their origin in this world and worship that they know not. They are easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to be led in the right direction. 15. Who is the 10%? The rich slaves makers of the poor, who teach the poor lies to believe that the almighty true and living God is a spook and cannot be seen by the physical eye, otherwise known as bloodsuckers of the poor. 16. Who is the 5% of this poor part of the planet Earth? They are the poor, righteous teachers who do not believe in the teachings of the 10%, who are all wise and know who the true and living God is, and teach that the true and living God is the Son of Man, the supreme being, Blackman of Asia, who teaches freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet Earth, otherwise known as civilized people, also Muslim and Muslim sons. 17. What is the meaning of civilization? One having knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement, and is not a savage in pursuit of happiness. 18. What is the duty of a civilized person? The duty of a civilized person is to teach he who is savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, and the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. 19. If a civilized person does not perform his duty, which is to teaching civilization to other, he shall be punished with a severe punishment. Ezekiel chapter 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. St. Luke 12:47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared himself not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. 20. What is the prescribed laws of Islam to a said person of that ability? That the civilized is held responsible for the uncivilized and must be punished by the nation of Islam. 21. Who is the founder of the unalike and the a-alike repel? An original man who was a scientist by the name of Yaqub, born 20 miles outside the holy city of Mecca in the year 8400. 22. And how old was the founder? When Yaqub was 6 years old, while playing with two pieces of steel, he discovered that one piece had a magnet in it, and the other piece did not. And he learned that the piece with the magnetic attracted the piece without. Then he told his people that he would build a nation that would be unalike, and he would teach them, and they would rule for 6,000 years. 23. Tell us, what did he promise his nation he would do? That he would make a devil graft him from his own people, teach him trick knowledge, and how to rule his people for 6,000 years. 24. What was his idea of making the devil? It was predicted of him to make devil 8,400 years before he was born. So he was born with the determined idea to make people to rule 6,000 years. 25. How long did it take to make devil? 600 years of grafting or making him from the black man. 26. In what year was that? It was in the year 8,400, which means from the present date of the history of Quran, about 2,600 years before the birth of Prophet Musa. 27. What was the name of the place where the devil was manufactured? Helen, the same as Patmos. Revelation, chapter 1. 9, an island situated on the Aegean Sea. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the isle that is called Patmos for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. 28. What were Yaqub's first rules and regulations? including all laws enforced while manufacturing the devil. Jacob's first rule was to see that all his followers were healthy, strong, good breeders. If not, he sent them back, and all that were not good in multiplying would marry at the age of 16. Next, Jacob gave his people the law of birth control, which was to be enforced while manufacturing the devil, which was to destroy the alike, save the unalike, which means to kill the black babies and save the brown babies. This law was given to all doctors, ministers, nurses, and cremators. The doctor's law was to examine. All those desiring to marry must first be qualified by a doctor. In return, he qualified or disqualified them to the minister. The minister would only marry those that were unalike. The nurse's law was to kill all the black babies at birth by sticking a pin into his head or feeding it to some wild beast and tell his mother a lie, that her baby was an angel baby and was only taken to heaven so that someday when she dies, it would have secured a home for her in heaven. But the nurse would save all the brown babies and tell its mother that she was a lucky mother, that her baby was a holy baby and she should take good care of it, educate it, and someday it will grow up to be a great man. All doctors, ministers, and nurses, Jacob put under the death penalty if they failed to carry out the law. Also, the cremators, who would burn the black babies whenever the nurses brought them. Also, death to anyone who revealed the secret. Jacob had other laws and regulations which are not mentioned in this lesson. 29. Tell us, why was Jacob so successful in all of his undertakings? Because the people who were his followers followed Jacob's law regardless of what he told them to do. They did it. If not, they paid with their lives for every law they broke. Jacob did not build prison houses for his people. When one fell victim to the law, the penalty was death, and it was enforced on everyone that fell victim. 30. Tell us what and how the devil was made. The devil is made from the original people by grafting and separating of the germs in the black man's body. There exist two germs, a black germ and a brown germ. Jacob, with his law on birth control, separated the brown germ from the black and into white by destroying the black germ. After following the process for 600 years, the germ became white and was no longer original. Also, by thinning the original blood, the germ became weak and wicked and was no more the same. This is how Jacob made devil. 31. To make devil, what must one do first? To make devil, one must begin grafting from the original. 32. Tell us the mental and physical powers of a real devil. The mental power of a real devil is nothing in comparison to that of the original man. He only has 6 ounces of brain, while the original man has 7.5 ounces of brain. The devil has 6 ounces of brain, and the devil is weak-boned and wicked because he is grafted from the original. The devil's physical power is less than 1/3 RD of that of the original man, therefore his mental and physical powers is much weaker than that of the original man. 33. What is a real devil? Any man made weak and wicked, or any live grafted germ from the original, is devil. 34. And can you reform the devil? No, the prophets have tried to reform the devil, but were unable to do so. So they agreed that it cannot be done unless they grafted him back to the original man, which takes 600 years. So instead of losing time, we have decided to take him off our planet, who only numbers 1 to every 11 original men. 35. Tell us the exact expiration date of the devil's civilization. It expired in 1914. 36. Tell us the exact number of years, months, and days of the devil being born on our planet. 6,020 years, 72,241 months, and 2,197,351 days at the date of this writing. 37. Tell us, why does the devil teach that God is a righteous and unseen being, that exist everywhere. Allah is God in the earth and heavens above, and is just and true, and there is no unrighteousness in him, but he is not unseen, for he is seen and heard everywhere, for he is the all-eye-seeing. 38. Then why did God make devil? To show forth and prove his power that he is all-wise and righteous, and could make devil, which is weak, wicked, give the power to rule for 6,000 years, then destroy him in one day, without falling victim to the devil's civilization. Otherwise, to show and prove that Allah is God, always has been, always will be. 39. Tell us, would you hope to live to see the gods take the devil into hell in the very near future? Yes, I fast and pray Allah that I may live to see the hereafter, when Allah, in his own good time, takes the devil off our planet. 40. Tell us, what will be your reward in the destruction of the devil? Peace and happiness. I will give all I have and all within my power to see this day, for which I have waited 379 years. Thanks for watching. Peace to the gods. Actual facts. 1. The Pacific Ocean covers 68,634,000 square miles. 2. The Atlantic Ocean covers 41,340,000 square miles. 3. The Indian Ocean covers 29,321,000 square miles. 4. The lakes and rivers cover 1 million square miles. 5. The hills and mountains cover 1,910,000 square miles. 6. The deserts cover 14 million square miles. 7. Mount Everest is 29,141 feet high. 8. Sound travels at the rate of 1,120 feet per second. 9. Light travels at the speed of 186,000 miles per second. 10. The Earth is 93 million miles from the Sun. 11. 1,760 yards equals 1 mile, and 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. 12. The Arctic Ocean covers 390,000 square miles. 13. There are 12,478,118,400,000 inches on the planet Earth. Thanks for watching. Peace to the gods. Solar facts. 1. Mercury is 36 million miles from the Sun. 2. Venus is 67 million miles from the Sun. 3. Earth is 93 million miles from the Sun. 4. Mars is 142 million miles from the Sun. 5. Jupiter is 483 million miles from the Sun. 6. Saturn is 886 million miles from the Sun. 7. Uranus is 1,783,000,000 miles from Sun. 8. Neptune is 2,793,000,000 miles from the Sun. 9. Pluto is 3,680,000,000 miles from the Sun. Thanks for watching. Peace to the gods. Enjoy our content? Hit us up on Cash App $Jacotra1 or scan the QR code on your screen. Peace.